to show you how I got this look using this amazing palette by Posh Culture called the Color Me Caribbean palette, representing for all the island girl them. Keep on watching. So first we're going to get started with our brows. We're using the Moonstruck Brow Obsession palette from Unique. This brow palette is amazing. I get a lot of use out of it, as you can see. I am going in with a spoolie brush to just comb out my brow hairs and going in with the wax, and then going in with number 2 to outline. Doing that creates like a liner or a pomade, so it allows me to just go ahead and line my brows in the shape that I want them to be in. Now I'm going in with the spoolie brush again to brush the hair down, and then I'm doing the same thing on the top, but this time I'm just starting about a quarter of the way in, and I fill in the rest of the brow. Now in the beginning portion of the brow, it is very important to go in with a lighter color because you don't really want it to look as dark. So the beginning color, I use that lighter brown just to give it that natural look, and then going in with the spoolie brush to blend them all together. Now we're going to clean up with our Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer in the shade Charmeuse with an angled brush, and we're just going to clean up our brows and finalize the shape. Since this coverage is pretty good with this concealer, it's a nice creamy concealer, so it's going to give us that freshly waxed look. Now we're going in with our eye primer. We're going to get ready for our eyeshadows, and we're going to protect our eye. This eye primer is great because not only does it protect your eye, but it mattifies, it smooths creases, and it makes shadows vibrant. So here is the star of the show, the Color Me Caribbean palette. Now this palette was created to celebrate the rich heritage and culture of the Caribbean islands. As you see, the artwork has every single flag. This is such a beautiful palette. First we're going to go in with the red color, which is called Shandy. S-H-A-N-D-Y, Shandy. I'm assuming that they're referring to the drink, and I'm assuming that the red is to represent sorrel, but I am just speculating. I will have to communicate with the lovely ladies at Posh Culture just to verify. But this color is Shandy. As you can see, it's a very bold and vibrant red. Make no mistake, it is very pigmented, and the color payoff is amazing. So next we're going to go in with the blue color that's called Island Gem, and we're just going to mix that in the crease over the color Shandy because we want to make sort of like a purple color, because you know red and blue makes purple. So I'm going to be mixing those two colors together just to try to give me that purple color that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go back and forth with each brush, one containing the red, one containing the blue. Alright, now we're going in with Rum Punch, that is the orange color, just to give a bit of warmth to our eye look and to create an additional transition, because we have the purple with the red and blue mixed together, and then with the orange it sort of creates that transition as it smooths into our skin, if that makes sense. It's gonna come together at the end, but as you can see, as I mix those two colors, it's definitely showing purple. So now we're gonna cut the crease with the infamous Pila Bees base Rumor 5, and this is the section where, you know, where my OCD starts to kick in, because I definitely want to make sure that the left matches up with the right, but you know, you're dominant more on one side than the other, so it does take me a little bit to try to get them to match as far as the shape. Okay, so I'm definitely going and taking my time trying to get the two sides to match as much as possible. Now, in the event you make a mistake and you have a completely different shade, don't think that all is lost. You can go back in with a clean brush just to clean up the line to ensure that they match up the best possible. You just go in and continue to correct that shape as much as possible. Now I'm going in just to finalize the look. Now that we have our crease, we're going to go in with this lovely color that's coconut milk. It is a beautiful shimmer white color. It's very pigmented, very intense, and it's just stunning in person. Like you do not see how gorgeous this color is on camera. It is so beautiful. It has like a little duochrome kind of shift to it. It's silver and white at the same time. It is such a beautiful color. So I'm going over my entire lid with this color and trying to match the sides as much as possible. It's not 100%, but you know, it'll get the job done. Now we're going in with the Moonstruck Liquid Eyeliner by Unique in the shade Perfect, which is black. And we are lining our eyes. We're going to create just a slight wing, nothing too crazy, but we're definitely lining our eyes in preparation for our false lashes. Because we want to make sure that there is a dark line on our lash line so that the lashes don't have any gaps once we apply them. Now we're going in with this glow sauce. This glow sauce is by Chanel Cosmetics. It is amazing. It makes shimmer colors pop. And I'm putting it on a palette and just applying it to the end of the eye. We're going in with LEGO Cosmetics Junko pigment and the e.l.f. glitter applicator, and we're applying that glitter pigment to the end of our eyes just to add a little bit more dimension and to blend it into that shadow coconut milk. Those two colors definitely mesh well together, and that Junko pigment from LEGO Cosmetics just gives it an extra shine. Now we're going in with our Moonstruck Precision Eyeliner in the shade Perfect again, which is black, just to line our waterline. I always line my waterline with a dark black. I love a smoky under eye. So we're getting ready for our complexion products. This is the Touch Glorious Face Primer by Unique. It is a silicone-based primer. It's transparent, very smooth, and it allows your foundation to just glide on, covering up any fine lines and blurring your skin. Now we're going to start out with the Touch Stick Foundation in the shade Cypress. I'm going to use this just to highlight areas on my face, like under my eyes, my forehead, and my cheeks, just in the areas where I need a little highlight. And I'm using the IMAN Stick Foundation in Earth Tree to apply as a contour. And I'm going back in with the Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer from Unique to conceal and highlight the center of my face. Now I'm going in with a flat complexion brush from Juvia's Place just to blend everything together seamlessly. And as you can see, the overall finish with the products that I applied is just nice and smooth and all the colors just blend together seamlessly. Now I'm going in with a little bit of translucent setting powder to set the unique concealer. To do a light bake, we're going to use the loose powder from AJ Crimson Beauty. Now we're going to apply our lipstick. This is the Moonstruck Crush Lip Powder. You know it's one of my faves in the shade Curvaceous. It's such a bold red, and I'm fascinated with these lip powders because they are powders that when applied turns into a cream lipstick. So hydrating, so bold, so beautiful. These are my favorite. So we're going to go in with the glitter lip kit in Burlesque from Stay Golden Cosmetics just to add a little bit of flair to our lipstick. We did not go in with the adhesive, just the glitter right on top of the lip powder. And now we're putting on my lash. I had one lash on already, but I usually have issues with the opposite end, trying to get them to match, making sure that they are aligned so one eye doesn't look cockeyed. So this particular lash, I knew it was in the correct position, but the shape of it was a little bit flat compared to the other one. So I was trying to match up the eyeliner as much as possible to the other side, and then I realized that it was the actual lash shape. So I went in with a lash curler just to pop it up. So the lash curler allowed it to curl because you see the other lash definitely was more higher as far as the curl. So now that they're all matched up, we're going to go in with some blush. This is the Moonstruck blusher in the shade Spirited. It is such a beautiful mauve color with just a hint of highlight. And then we're going in with Season 1 from Mented Cosmetics and Ashley Blaine Featherson. This is my favorite bronzer. So I was doing a little bronzer dance there. And I'm just adding some warmth to my skin because the setting powder kind of muted me out. Just blending everything together. And then lastly, with my Big Booty Judy brush, I'm just going in just to combine all the face products for a seamless look. So we're going in with our highlighter. This is a Megalo highlighting powder from Wet n Wild. Such a beautiful, underrated product. Very inexpensive. You can get it from the drugstore, but it is so pretty when applied. So pretty. You can use it intensely or just for a subtle highlight, which I blended in for a subtle highlight. And then finally, taking that same highlighter under my brow just to give that little highlight under brow, and then blending it in so it's not as obvious. But it's such a versatile highlighter. Definitely recommend. And then lastly, to tie the look together, we're going back in with Coconut Milk, this beautiful color. This is my favorite color in the entire palette, just to put a little shine in our inner corner. And finally, our Touch Behold Luminous Setting Spray. We're going to just set the entire look. Going in with one of our cards, hashtag boho locks, just to dry it all together. This is the finished look. We use the Posh Culture Color Me Caribbean palette. This palette is one big melting pot of all the Caribbean islands. The colors listed in the palette are indicative of gems or each island, the flag, the colors in their flag. What I like about this palette is you can recreate any one of these flags using the colors in a palette. And just looking at all the flags that are here united together is just a beautiful piece of artwork. That's pretty much my favorite part of the entire palette, the artwork. On the cover you can see this beautiful brown-skinned woman draped in the Trinidadian flag, Jamaica flag, Cuban flag. Inside you can see more Caribbean islands such as Dominica, the Virgin Islands where I'm from, the British Virgin Islands where all my family is from. We see the Dominican Republic. This palette is so beautiful. The artwork is everything. And if you have any ties to the Caribbean, you need to get this palette, okay? I did not hesitate when I saw this palette. When I saw my flag in the palette, I just went quick and I checked out and I ordered because it was like, listen, you are celebrating my heritage. You're celebrating where I'm from, where my family's from. I mean, you know, we all come from Africa at the end of the day, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We were born and raised in the Caribbean. Our parents were born and raised in the Caribbean. Here is a celebration of the Caribbean. You can, you need this for carnival time, okay? You have carnival, but there's New York Carnival, Miami Carnival, Atlanta Carnival. You want to recreate your flag look. You want to be able to recreate the flag look of every single island. This is the palette that you need, okay? It is a Black-owned business. It's a woman-owned business. So always gotta support, always happy to support, and especially because it's a Caribbean woman-owned business. I think it's a very good palette. I think that I was completely blown away by this color called Coconut Milk, and I love coconut. It's my favorite. Definitely this palette is a must-have if you are from the Caribbean. If your parents from the Caribbean, if your parents from the Caribbean, you gotta be true to who you are. That was like the Donnie McClurkin song, but anyway. Definitely recommend you getting this palette. All the information will be in the description box. As usual, my name is Mrs. Dorset, your beauty consultant with CaribCultura Beauty, and thank you so much for watching.